Hello everyone, this is JPL back for another Clone Wars comparison, and today we'll be talking over about the comparison of the Clone Wars episode, A Distant Echo. Now, when watching this episode, I was quite surprised at the amount of changes that was done. I thought that this was one that wouldn't exactly have too many changes, but this one has actually quite a few. Some scenes are completely redone and added, subtracted, moved into different parts in the episode. So, yeah, if you're new to these episode comparisons, what I do is I typically just compare the episode of the new series of Clone Wars with an older released version that was unfinished. I myself am a huge Clone Wars fan. I've been watching it since the very beginning weekly, and it's been a fun time. As you can see from all the memorabilia I have, like the books and the action figures, and my Clone Wars comforter that I still use every night. So, yeah, I'm a big fan. So let's get started with The Distant Echo. So like last week, there is an immediate difference between the two, and that difference comes in the form of the announcer introduction. I don't know what's been going on with the introduction of the episodes where Tom Kane does his announcement every episode about what's going on.
Conspiracy! After repeated setbacks on the planet and Axis, an elite clone squad is deployed to investigate the Separatist tactical advantage. Led by Commander Cody and Captain Rex, this special unit, called the Bad Batch, infiltrates Admiral Trench's cyber center to steal a strategic algorithm capable of predicting the Republic's every move. What our heroes found was a live signal from the ARC trooper known as Echo, a clone long believed to be dead. Conspiracy! After repeated setbacks on the planet and Axis, an elite clone squad is deployed to investigate the Separatist tactical advantage. This special unit, called the Bad Batch, infiltrates Admiral Trench's cyber center to steal a strategic algorithm capable of predicting the Republic's every move. What our heroes found was a live signal from the ARC trooper known as Echo, a clone long believed to be dead.
For some reason in this new season here, either they sped up the audio or they've just been cutting spaces so they can go much faster. Also, the visuals are not very well done because some things are not edited the best way. They look nice, but the editing is quite odd in this opening segments here. To start out by saying, this opening scene here is completely different. In the older version, the guys talk about what the situation is with Echo and their mission. Obi-Wan comes in, tells him, "Hey, you're not approved." And Anakin's like, "Yeah, well, I'm going anyway." And so they do this.
So, you have a new mission, Captain?
Yes. We're going to follow the trail of the algorithm to Skako Minor.
Rex believes we'll find Echo, an ARC trooper who was missing in action.
Well, that's a pretty covert operation, I'd say. I suggest we use our transport. Not the most luxurious ride in the galaxy, but it doesn't exactly scream Republic like the rest of these.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Sounds like a dubious plan to me. Am I to gather the rescue mission just proposed to the Council, the one they rejected, is going forward?
I'm gonna be on the ship with the team if you need me.
From Anakin, I expect this type of disregard for authority, but Rex, I'm surprised you would be involved in such a reckless plan.
Actually, sir, this mission was my idea. If Echo's alive and being held hostage, we can't just leave him there.
If he's alive, your intentions are honorable, Rex, but defying the Council's orders for a personal crusade on a neutral planet, no less, that is not advisable.
With all due respect, General, this is not just a personal crusade. Even if the Separatists don't have Echo, they still have my algorithm, which gives them a tactical advantage here on Anaxis, and maybe every battlefront.
Master, it's a simple snatch and grab mission. We'll be in and out before the Council even knows we're gone.
I can see that I am not going to be able to talk you out of this, so may the Force be with you.
In this new version, the guys talk about Echo, and then Rex and Anakin have to go away so that Anakin can have a moment with his lovely wife Padme.
Word is the General Staff isn't completely behind this mission. I admit the idea that Echo is still alive is a long shot.
I'm sure the Council will approve the mission. Just remember the primary goal is to learn how the Separatists are predicting our strategy, whether it's Echo behind it or not.
Well, if you want my opinion, it sounds like a trap. But me and the boys will tag along anyway. If only to say I told you so.
Just make sure you're ready if we get the go-ahead from General Kenobi.
If you're certain he'll approve the mission, why wait? Let's get going.
First, we have that thing to do.
What thing?
You know?
We don't have time for that, sir.
Yes, we do.
Well, I'll just let you two sort this out. I'll be waiting on the ship with the rest of the team.
Come on, Rex, I'm late as it is.
So, in the older version, we had this scene here, this clip here, of Padme pinup arts. This was a comedic moment that got changed into this episode by having pregnant Padme hologram going on, which I guess is a nice change. Personally, I enjoyed the old version. I thought it was a funny joke, but I can see why it is not a part of this one. I didn't really like it too much. I thought it was funny, but I thought that it's kind of weird.
Hey, what's with the nose art?
That's our girl, the Naboo senator. We check her out on the holoscans.
Yeah, she can negotiate with me anytime.
Let's get aboard.
That is not staying there.
So you have Padme here, Anakin's wife. And these Bad Batch guys like Padme enough to have her art on their ship. And they just so happen to be working on a mission with Anakin, Padme's husband. Like the Rad Brad would say.
How convenient!
And so with this new change here, we see that Captain Rex is aware of Anakin's relationship with Padme, which when I saw this, I thought, huh, that's interesting, because beforehand, they would hint at things like that, but they would never actually be 100% in saying, yeah, he knows. Same thing with Ahsoka, or Obi-Wan, but Obi-Wan he knows in this one as well, which is quite interesting. Because normally I don't really think about that when seeing this thing. So normally I think that Anakin does as best of a job as he could to keep his secret. However, it's obvious to the people around him. Which, whenever I did my review series of every episode of the Clone Wars, I always pointed out that whenever Anakin and Padme are on screen together, they do a horrible job at hiding their relationship. Because it's so obvious that they're in love. And I'm glad that they kind of touched up on this. And I thought it was funny. So the scene with Padme and Anakin, I think that it's a very nice and good scene. We get to see Padme, who is pregnant in this. And so when people were reacting to this trailer, they thought, how can Anakin not tell that she's pregnant? Which I saw that and thought, maybe not. But when I saw the episode finally, I can see why he wouldn't tell that she was pregnant, because she hit it well. In the trailer, for some reason, it seemed like it was obvious, but she hit it well for what she was doing. But he's obviously just looking at her face for this.
Rex, where's Anakin? I need to speak to him about this mission.
Oh, General, he's,
Well, he's inside your barracks, isn't he?
Yes, sir.
What's going on here?
Oh, nothing, sir. I was just waiting for the General. General?
You'll have to do better than that, Captain.
And what is Anakin doing in there?
He's spot-checking my gear, sir.
Really? Without you?
Well,
Here you go, Rex. Oh, and try not to break it again.
About this mission, the Council thinks...
It's a good idea. I agree. Let's get moving, Rex.
No, wait. That's not...
No time.
I hope you at least told Padme I said hello.
So then we move on to the scene with Obi-Wan, which originally was part of the beginning of the episode, but then they moved it to the second part, and they completely cut out his lines here. They just kind of just speed up and saying, hey, we gotta go because we did this scene, and didn't give Obi-Wan a chance to fully talk about what the council's trying to tell him. At this point, in the old episode, there was a scene with Wat Tambor and Admiral Trench. Trench tells Tambor, hey, clones are coming. And they actually move that scene down later in the episode, which I thought was odd. Why they would move that. Also, they actually changed some dialogue between both of the scenes with Wat Tambor. Whenever he mentions his neutrality, I believe in the old episode, he doesn't mention his neutrality, and in the new episode, he does mention his neutrality in the second time. Or the other way around. I honestly just watched the clips.
Pardon the intrusion, Minister Tambor, but I have disturbing news.
You may proceed, Admiral.
An infiltration team of clones has traced the algorithm signal to Skako. I believe it's only a matter of time until the Republic mounts an attack on your position.
Then we shall be ready for them.
Pardon the intrusion, Minister Tambor, but I have disturbing news.
You may proceed, Admiral.
An infiltration team of clones has traced the algorithm signal to Skako. I believe your operation there is in jeopardy.
The Republic would not dare attack us. The Techno-Union has corporate neutrality.
From what I have seen, that would not matter to these Republic operatives.
Then we shall be ready for them.
Tech, open this door.
I'm afraid that will not be possible. You clones are so predictable.
Wat Tambor.
Admiral Trench warned me of an irregular clone unit. Fortunately, your algorithm predicted nearly every move you made to infiltrate Perkol. And in doing so, you violated the neutrality of the Techno-Union.
You lost your neutrality when you brought a Republic prisoner here.
Prisoner? I don't know what you mean, Captain. All I know is that you played the part I wanted you to. Perfectly.
You'll never get away with this, Tambor.
Yes, I will. Because the truth dies with your special unit.
Tech, open this door.
You clones are so predictable.
Wat Tambor.
Your algorithm predicted nearly every move you made to infiltrate Perkol.
There is no algorithm. We know you're holding a prisoner of war here.
Prisoner? I don't know what you mean, Captain.
I am leaving here with my friend.
Your friend is dead. His mind is ours.
Liar.
The next scene that I could tell was changed was the bit where Rex has an argument with the other clone troopers. In the older version, the reason that Rex gets angry is because everyone kind of brings up the idea that Echo is a traitor, which makes him mad. And it's understandable. It's like, he's my brother. He can't be a traitor. Or in this new version, he gets angry over saying, like, nah, he's dead. And I don't blame him for dying. Kind of a situation, which I can take either one. I think they both work alright. I just distinctly remember the older version where if I got left behind, I wouldn't be so happy. From Quick Shot, whatever his name is.
Or maybe they sent the signal to lure us into a trap, and they're just using Echo as bait. Well, I can't be the only one thinking that. Look, every mission could be a trap. This one's no different. We still have to find the source of that algorithm and shut it down. We still don't even know if this Echo is still alive. And if he is, he might be a traitor. Echo's not a traitor. You hear me? If I was left for dead, I would not be so loyal.
That's enough! Sergeant, take your men and scout the area for a tower entrance. I want to talk to my captain alone.
Rex, I hate to say it, but the possibility that Echo's been turned, it did cross my mind.
Sir, I have known Echo since Domino's Squad. He's one of the bravest troopers I've ever worked with. I'm sure he can test your nerves repeating every order like you're deaf, but I can tell you this. He would rather die than turn against the Republic.
I'm sure you're right, but Rex, if for some reason it turns out that he is working with the Separatists,
then we'll deal with it. I'll do what has to be done. Not the Bad Batch. Just promise me that, sir. Or maybe they sent the signal to lure us into a trap, and maybe your friend's actually dead. Well, I can't be the only one thinking of that. Look, every mission could be a trap. This one is no different. I'm telling you, that signal is being sent by Echo himself. He's alive! I think you're letting your personal feelings get in the way. Because you left him for dead at the Citadel. I had no choice. You hear me? Oh, I don't blame you. I would have left him for dead too. Besides, he's just another rig.
Hey! Why don't you pick on someone not your size?
You'll be a whole lot smaller when I'm through with you.
That's enough! Sergeant, take your men and scout the area for a tower entrance. I want to talk to my captain alone.
Rex, I hate to say it, but you have to prepare yourself for the possibility that Echo is dead, and this is all a Separatist trick.
Sir, I've watched so many of my brothers fall during this war, and I try not to hang on to any one of them. But that changed when I heard that Separatist transmission. It was no algorithm. That was Echo's voice. I know it.
I hope you're right, but if for some reason you're wrong,
then I'll deal with it.
Bullseye, the guy with the gun, who's pale. So after that moment, Anakin talks with Rex, and the scene changes. The scene changes from Anakin telling Rex, you know, if Echo is a traitor, you know you're going to have to deal with this. And Rex is like, yeah, I'm going to deal with it. Don't let anyone else. I'm going to put him down. And then in the new version, it's like, hey, if he's dead, Rex is like, then I'll deal with it. Which, it works. It's a nice change. None of them actually change the episode drastically that makes it confusing, like last week, where they flat out says Echo is alive, or they change the algorithm, which is still an issue in this episode, where it's like, it's not an algorithm, it's a live person. Algorithm. Woohoo. The next change after that is the elevator scene, where the guys open the door to the elevator. In the old version, there's a joke where it says, hey Tech, how you doing? He doesn't respond. He takes a while. He opens the door, turns to them and says, what was the question? And I love that. I thought it was a funny joke. And they cut that. And it's not in the new episode. Instead they said, sorry it took so long. I guess, you know, it did take long, but I love the joke if he's not paying attention to what they're saying. He's just doing his own thing. I love the, what was the question again? I thought it was funny banter. I'm kind of disappointed that they took out.
We're in business, General. Tech regained Echo's signal. It's coming from this tower. How's it going, Tech?
question? Haha. That Tech, you're gonna love him. Don't worry, Wrecker. I'll hold your hand.
Hey, cut it out, Sarge. Just give me some droids to crush.
We're in business, General. Tech regained Echo's signal. It's coming from this tower. How's it going, Tech? Sorry it took so long. Hey, Crosshair, check it out. Yeah, it's a lift. Well, we already knew that.
Wait. A lift? How far up are we going?
Don't worry, Wrecker. I'll hold your hand.
Hey, cut it out, Sarge. Just give me some droids to crush.
But one thing they did add is Wrecker's fear. Instead, in the older episode, there was no dialogue whatsoever. He just looks up and gets scared. In the new one, he's like, "What? A lift? How high does this thing go?" "Don't worry, I'll hold your hand." That kind of situation. And it's cute. It makes it even cuter in this new version, and I enjoyed that. And the only actual differences that I could tell in this episode was the meeting with Wat Tambor and the clones whenever they talk. I don't remember the exact conversation from the old version, but the old version, Wat Tambor says, "Hey, you're breaking your neutrality by coming in here. This clone trooper's my property. I don't know what you're talking about." And the new version's like, "Hey, he's mine. I'll kill you." And that's it. Neutrality, they switch it around a bit, and you know what, that's fine. I think it's an odd thing that they switch, but I think it doesn't make that much of an issue. And that brings me to the last thing I want to talk about in this episode, and that's the reveal of Echo. There's nothing too different about the scene, except for just the completed animation.
Echo, Tech, we gotta get him out of here. Figure out how to unplug him from this mess. What have they done to you? Echo, Tech, we gotta get him out of here. Figure out how to unplug him from this mess. What have they done to you?
It looks so much better. Before it was still a grim thing. It's like, oh, is that what happened to him? And this new version with the finished animation, it is like a horror film. It's just so sad and grim and spooky. And I saw that when I saw it for the first time this new time around. It's like, wow, that looks really good. And I'm glad that they made that change there. That fix with the animation, because it looks fantastic. This new series here is the best the show has ever looked, and I'm loving every minute of it. So yeah, that's all the stuff I've noticed in this episode. Maybe there's some things I missed, and if there are, you tell me. Anything else that I've missed is definitely small and minor things, like a new line added here.
Hey, Crosshair, wake up.
Or just voices that were not spoken beforehand. But yeah, that's all I noticed for this episode. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.